You know what? I'm part of the problem. We need to know.
Let's talk about
Let's break it down, shall we?
Mr. Beast has the largest channel on YouTube, surpassing 300 million subscribers. It's no surprise really, he's been YouTube's golden boy for quite some time. Every single video he drops seems to break the internet, pulling in millions of views within minutes. Mr. Beast is known to be a master at creating content that's not just entertaining, but also incredibly brand friendly. Take his massive Squid Game reaction for example. It wasn't just a viral hit, it was a high production spectacle that caught everyone's attention. And that's the key, he perfected the formula for modern YouTube success. Big ideas, big budgets, and content that appeals to a wide audience, from casual viewers to major corporations. This is a far cry from what YouTube used to be, where the most popular creators were just people in their bedrooms making videos for fun. But the platform has evolved and Mr. Beast is at the forefront of that change. He's the poster child for this new era of YouTube, where high production value and brand partnership out there wants to work with Mr. Beast. He's the safe bet, the guy who can deliver 200 million views in the first month alone. Even his average videos do around 140 million in that time.
Doing over 200 million views. In the first 30 days, the average video right now does 140 million views. In the first 30, and then the first year it does like 220.
That's the kind of reach and influence that every marketer dreams of. But Mr. Beast's success isn't just about the numbers, it's also about the team he's built around him. Over the years, we've seen a rotating cast of friends and characters in his videos. Some have stuck around while others have moved on. A friend figure in the Beast crew is Kris Tyson, the so-called meme god and a longtime friend of Mr. Beast. But let's be real, recent revelations have painted a disturbing picture of Ava, and it's becoming increasingly clear that we're dealing with someone who's more than just quirky or edgy. The truth is, Kris Tyson is a creep, a weirdo, and yes, a pedophile. What's even more unsettling is that these allegations aren't exactly new. It turns out some of this information has been swept under the rug months ago, and it's been resurfacing with a vengeance. As shocking as it is, get the worst. Multiple former employees of Mr. Beast came forward on Twitter claiming that Mr. Beast knew about Kris's behavior from the very beginning.
My name's Dawson. I worked at Mr. Beast from February to May of this year, 2024. Kris is the tip of the iceberg.
This isn't just a case of one bad apple, it's indicative of a much larger systematic issue with Mr. Beast's empire. Let's not sugarcoat it. Mr. Beast has a massive platform, and the idea that he may have knowingly allowed predators to work within his YouTube channel is beyond disturbing. This isn't just a scandal, it's a serious problem that raises alarming questions about who is being allowed behind the scenes of one of the biggest channels on the internet. The implications of Mr. Beast are staggering, but the priority should be making sure people like Kris Tyson are being held accountable for their actions. Is this the beginning of the end for Mr. Beast's massive empire? In the last 30 days, we've seen a bunch of videos exposing Kris Tyson for some seriously gross behavior, stuff that's almost identical to what nearly took down Dr. Disrespect. People were quick to drag Dr. Disrespect through the mud. He might bounce back eventually, but it's been brutal for him. These allegations against Kris are spreading like wildfire. Once the first one hit, it's like everything started collapsing, one accusation after another. Let's discuss the first victim of Kris Tyson, an individual named Lava, also known as Lava GS. Lava, now 20, was underage, 14 at the time when these interactions occurred, and frankly, it's deeply unsettling. Lava was a dedicated fan of Mr. Beast, claiming to have followed the channel when it had only 500 subscribers. He even received a signed CSGO knife from Jimmy, highlighting his early involvement. Given his long-standing presence in the fanbase, it's no surprise he appeared in Mr. Beast's gaming video, although that's since been removed.
Lava, Pluto, assemble!
Hi, how are you?
I need you to make this 10 times harder.
How hard do you want it, Jimmy?
Hard.
What's profoundly disturbing are the interactions between Lava and Kris. Kris, who is a confirmed pedophile, reportedly invited 14-year-old Lava to be a moderator on her Twitch streams back in 2018. While this might not be illegal, it is profoundly gross and raises significant red flags. The decision to make a 14-year-old a moderator and refer to him in such a troubling manner is not just questionable, it's deeply disturbing. Kris even gave a shout out in 2019 urging people to follow Lava. Then there's the bizarre fact that Kris once promised to release exclusive content if she hit her Patreon goal. Lava responded by bragging about being her first Patreon subscriber. This seems not strange, but seriously questionable.
Shows that he donated some money, he donated like $1 or something, so it's not enough to meet the goal. And he says, but not $5, pathetic, just kidding, kissy face. Yeah. This is the part that I have a problem with.
Things get even murkier with the supposed viral post, which has played a major role in Kris being cancelled. This was followed by Discord messages indicating that Lava and Kris went camping in a remote area, supposedly from a server linked to Carl Jacobs, another creator. The presence of Lava in this context raises serious concerns about the nature of their relationship. The level of parasocial behavior here is disturbing. It's not uncommon for creators to have complex relationships with their followers, but this crosses lines that shouldn't be crossed, especially for creators with low large audiences. It seems clear that such interactions can lead to significant issues, as evidenced by the situation. In the comments of the prison video, some people are calling for an investigation into Karl Jacobs for being part of the Discord server, but it's worth noting that Karl isn't responsible for every action within his server. Still, this server might be doing more harm than good. Prism also points out a Snapchat from 2019 where Kris made a strange comment under an American flag. This, combined with the claim that Kris groomed Lava, especially with their 2020 meeting, is deeply troubling. Prism's attempt to avoid doxing Lava didn't hold up, as Lava's personal information was revealed anyway. This entire situation highlights the need for clear boundaries and accountability in creator-audience relationships. Lava, who edits videos and is active online, has responded to many claims circulating on Twitter. One of his responses was a retweet of Keemstar, where Lava denied being groomed by Kris. He explained that he never met Kris alone and that his family was always with him. Lava also mentioned that when he was 13, he ran a Discord server with Kris where some inappropriate jokes were made, but nothing more. It's worth noting that in similar cases like Dr. Disrespect's, even acknowledging inappropriate conversations with a minor led to a significant backlash. Dr. Disrespect's situation involved legal issues, which is why Twitch and YouTube took drastic action. This comparison might provide some context to Lava's situation, though the circumstances differ. Lava has repeatedly stated that people are twisting his story to make him seem like a victim, which he denied. His pinned tweet, which claims he's not a victim, has garnered 880,000 likes. However, Lava's tweet references misinformation videos from sources unrelated to the situation. Many accuse Lava of being a shill or paid off for defending Kris, but Lava remains firm that he is not a victim. Despite this, Kris's behavior seems highly unusual. Nicholas Diorio, who made the prison video, claimed that Prism crossed the line by faking a job interview to ambush Lava with questions about Kris. Lava confirmed this in a conversation with Oopaville. In the discussion, Lava explained that he joined Discord in 2016, learned to set up servers and help friends, including Kris, with server setup. He asserts that Kris never acted predatory and that their interactions were typical of online communities. Lava admitted to making edgy jokes back then, reflecting the internet culture of 2016, but says things have changed since then. Lava also shared screenshots debunking some of Prism's claims, such as the For America picture, which was sent in a group chat not directly to him. He clarified that the interactions about Kris's collection involved making fun of friends, not anything inappropriate. According to Lava, the content Kris sent him was just a bowl of ramen noodles, and any mention of nudes was a joke. Regarding the camping trip mentioned in Karl Jacobs' server, Lava explained it was an annual event in North Carolina, about 2 hours from Mr. B's studio. Lava attended with his parents, who also met Kris and others. The trip was a casual fan meetup, not something sinister. Lava had been helping with Minecraft videos remotely and used the trip to record more content. Things take a darker turn when Lava discusses his direct interactions with Prism. Prism reached out to Lava under the pretense of offering an editing job for an anonymous creator and promised compensation for the interview. However, Prism did not inform Lava that the interview would cover his interactions with Kris, nor did he ask for permission to publish the video. Even more concerning, Prism's questions did not address or challenge the validity of the claims made in the video, making the entire setup feel deceptive. Prism initially assured Lava that his identity would remain anonymous, but then exposed his name and Instagram handle, leading Lava to make his account private. The situation takes an even more troubling turn with the revelation that Kris has been a significant supporter of Shadman, an artist with a notoriously vile reputation. Shadman's reputation is deeply problematic. He was expelled from a Swiss art school due to an obscene and illegal nature of his art.
In the following story, you'll know about Shadman, the artist that Kris Tyson was supporting. This artist was someone who drew absolutely disgusting art of things that should never be drawn of people who aren't of age. Here's Kris himself linking the website in his Discord. Absolutely disgusting. Further showing him supporting this artist again. Then we have this gem, Kris the Mean God, saying, refreshing Shadbase daily, which is Shadman's website. Saying stuff like this, clearly supported it in the past, linking it in his Discord too. None of it is ironic or a meme.
In 2011, Shadman posted an extremely inappropriate piece featuring his own mother, which clearly demonstrated the extreme boundaries he was willing to cross. Despite this, Shadman continued to gain followers, and Kris was notably one of his prominent fans. Before she deleted her tweets, Kris frequently interacted with Shadman on Twitter. She even proudly displayed a custom piece of Shadman's art in her own living room, an action that reflects poorly on her judgment. This was not just a casual interaction. Kris's involvement with Shadman indicated a troubling alignment with his extreme content. Kris's behavior includes several unsettling comments and actions. In 2017, Kris commented on a comic that featured Dipper and Mabel from Gravity Falls, incestuous characters, which is particularly disturbing given that the characters involved were twin siblings. Ava's comment was, "They're twins, so it's just right." This response is is profoundly inappropriate and reflects a concerning mindset. Chris's interactions with Shadman and her comments about his work indicate a pattern of disturbing behavior. For example, Kris publicly expressed disappointment when Shadman did not create a specific character of Beast Boy, which seemed out of place and inappropriate. In 2018, Kris tweeted about finding Violet Park cute, another instance of strange and uncomfortable behavior. One of the most significant connections between Kris and Shadman occurred in 2019, when Kris accidentally visited Shadman's website and gave him a shout out on her stream. This not only shows her continued support for Shadman's work, but also highlights her lack of judgment in publicly endorsing someone with such a troubling reputation. Just a few months prior, Kris had begged Shadman to draw a character from an anime, further illustrating her disturbing fascination with Shadman's art. This pattern of behavior supporting a controversial and problematic artist making inappropriate comments and publicly displaying questionable content paints a troubling picture of Kris. These actions make her interactions with Lava look even worse by comparison. Kris's subsequent deletion of tweets and attempts to scrub her online presence only served to worsen her public image and raise further suspicion. The chaotic nature of Twitter justice adds another layer of complexity. With numerous allegations swirling and various figures making statements, the platform becomes a battleground of misinformation and conflicting opinions. The calls for Kris to be jailed alongside inconsistent arguments about age of consent highlight the confusion and volatility of online discourse. One notable figure who has weighed in is Jake Franklin, also known as Jake the Viking. Jake, a former member of the MrBeast crew, appeared in several videos about 4 years ago before moving on to create his own content. One tweet from Jake has sparked a major discussion. On July 22nd, 2024, he suggested that MrBeast, also known as Jimmy, was aware of Kris's actions and chose to keep her around. This accusation has led many to speculate about MrBeast's involvement and intentions. Some have been combing through MrBeast's past videos and live streams trying to find evidence of his awareness. The most concrete piece of evidence so far is a screenshot showing MrBeast viewing a Shadman poster on Kris's wall. While this indicates that MrBeast might have seen Kris's controversial behavior, it doesn't prove that he knew the full context. There's also been a claim from a former MrBeast employee named Dawson, who worked with the team for a few months this year. Dawson alleged that MrBeast was aware of Kris's problematic behavior but was unable to remove her due to legal threats and other complications.
And when all this information comes out about everything that she knew, everything other people know, I promise you on everything MrBeast has done.
However, this claim lacks concrete proof. Kris issued an apology which has been criticized for its lack of genuine remorse. She announced her departure from all activities related to MrBeast, which some view as a positive step. MrBeast responded by cutting ties with Kris and announcing an independent investigation into the matter. This response is seen as more decisive and thorough compared to Kris Tyson's previous reactions. Kris Tyson's ex-girlfriend, Erit, has recently taken to Twitter to provide her perspective on the situation. Erit has urged the public to be more understanding of Kris, suggesting that her past decisions were made years ago and that she would likely act differently now. However, Erit's tweets also reveal that Lava, the victim in question, worked with MrBeast for 9 months. This raises questions about whether Kris Tyson and Lava had more interactions than previously reported. The length of Lava's tenure with MrBeast complicates the understanding of their relationship and the extent of their interactions, contributing to the overall confusion surrounding the situation. There's also a second victim, Nathan W., who took the allegations to Twitter saying, Ava Kris Tyson from MrBeast preyed upon me when I was 15, this is my story, and came out with this video.
Kris Tyson from MrBeast used me and manipulated me and did very inappropriate things with me while I was about 15 years old. I was actually friends with Lava GS at the time, who is the main victim of Kris that everyone has been talking about these last few days, who claims he isn't a victim, but we all know he is, and we all know he probably got paid off. Not only that, but he's also under an NDA from when he worked for MrBeast Gaming for 2 years, and he tried to get me to join MrBeast Gaming himself, Lava. He's the one who actually sent me the contract and tried to get me to sign the NDA, at which point I ended our friendship because I knew they were just trying to silence me. Me and him were both initially involved in running Kris's Discord server, helping him set up his Twitch streams and moderating them. Nate's calling me. Hey, what's up? You're on stream. You just leaked your address. Please end your stream. As well as other technical back-end things that he needed help with. This Discord server that we were a part of had about 10 people in it, most of whom were minors. I'm not sure how they got in there, other than me and Lava. He won a giveaway, and Kris invited him after that, and Kris invited me after I saw one of his tweets asking for help setting up a Garry's Mod server for the 10 million subscriber MrBeast video. This turned into us having lots of private conversations with Kris and playing video games with him for hours on end. Not only did we do a lot of unpaid work for him that he promised he would pay us for, he would also frequently bring up sexual topics that was definitely not appropriate to bring up around 15, 16-year-olds, especially with him being like, I don't know, 20, 21 years old. He would even go as far as linking me several different corn and hentai videos throughout the time of me talking with him. Not only that, but he had an NSFW bot in his Discord server before he made it public, so when it was just a private server, his little circle of minors, and he would use this NSFW bot to spam different corn images, alongside all these 15-year-olds. He would also frequently call me dad and daddy as well as the others, which I guess we all kind of just took as a joke at the time. You have to think this is someone who we looked up to at the time, we idolized, we thought was the coolest person in the world, so they couldn't really do any wrong in our eyes. But looking back, I was definitely uncomfortable at being called daddy by a 20-year-old, and even just thinking about it now, it's just uncomfortable. This server later went public and became his official Discord server, but before it did, he had me and Lava spend multiple days scrubbing this Discord server clean of all the N-words he had sent in it, as well as his friends, as well as deleting the NSFW channels and making sure no one could see that he was spamming corn to minors. This story is so much bigger and runs so much deeper than any of you really realize, so if you want to hear more and you want a part 2, let me know.
So she was collecting multiple children in her Discord and exposing them to lolly and NSFW content. Yeah, this isn't looking too good for you, Kris. In Eret's tweets, she talks about the third victim named Jess. It says Jess, her ex-assistant, has made a series of claims against Ava. She claimed that Ava pressured her into sexual activities on multiple occasions, among other disgusting accusations. It is very hard to talk about this publicly, as you would ideally want to believe the victim in a sexual assault case. However, having known Jess in real life and been familiar with who she is months before this, I know the facts. Ava met over their mutual involvement in the trans Twitter and became online friends. Being trans can be very isolating and expensive. Ava was isolated and had the capacity to help Jess with her finances. Ava wanted to help Jess achieve her gender and life goals. The best way to do this would be to get Jess a job where she can get paid through Mr. Beast, as they'll also cover her insurance. In this job, Jess is paid very well by Beast, and she is able to help Ava with scheduling, taking care of Tucker, Ava's 4-year-old kid, etc. During this time, Jess is living in Ava's house, so she wouldn't have to pay rent elsewhere, and Ava is paying for everything. Jess professed her love to Ava a few times, and Ava had responded that she sees her like a sister and wants nothing romantic. Earlier this year, Ava started to spend more time with me. Started dating after we met in person for the first time to see the solar eclipse in Austin. Before this trip, Jess and Ava had been on that trip to Jess's hometown and to Boston, where Jess again said she was in love with Ava, but Ava again responded that she sees her as a sister. When Ava came out to meet me in Austin, Jess started to tweet terrible things about being left out, and in one tweet threatens person. Ava and Jess talk it out, and Jess deletes the tweets. I had also invited Jess to Austin, but she had refused. Then about a week ago, Kris Tyson made a troubling move by renaming her YouTube channel to Kris Tyson Fan Page, attempt to distance herself from the account amid the allegations. She subsequently released a video intended to address and refute these serious claims. However, the video comes off as deeply insensitive and inadequate.
Hello? I just want to double check. Do you actually like kids?
Yes, I love it.
That is true.
See? How many times are you gonna ask that?
Do you watch them?
Ooh.
Yes, true. Sorry.
Would you date someone your age?
Why would I do that? No.
True.
Hell no.
Hello?
I just want to double check. Do you actually like the taste of our new chocolate bar?
Yes, I love it.
That is true.
See? How many times are you gonna ask that?
Okay, I just had to double check.
When we post a video, do you watch them?
Ooh.
Only if I'm in it.
Kris.
What do you want from me?
True.
Sorry. What am I supposed to watch it without me in it? Why would I do that?
Was Jimmy a good roommate?
No.
That is a lie.
What? He never cleaned up.
Liar!
Apparently Jimmy's a good roommate. Maybe I was the bad roommate. Oh my goodness.
Do you think you're the funniest member of the group?
Yeah.
It's me.
My self-confidence could never, okay?
The way Tyson has handled these allegations by presenting a clearly staged and insincere response raises significant concerns about her approach and accountability. The video's lack of authenticity and failure to address the core issues only exacerbate the situation. It appears to be more of a superficial attempt to deflect rather than a genuine effort to engage with the allegations seriously. This response or lack thereof casts Tyson in a negative light and undermines any credibility she might have had in addressing the accusations. The entire situation has led to a broader scrutiny of those associated with Timothy Bress, with many now questioning the integrity of his team given the increasing number of allegations. The pattern of behavior and responses from individuals involved raises serious concerns about their overall conduct and accountability. In summary, Kris Tyson's dismissive and poorly executed response to the allegations, coupled with the troubling behavior from others in Mr. B's circle, reflects poorly on all parties involved. It's confirmed that Kris Tyson is a lolly-obsessed pedophile who deserves no remorse for their own behavior and stupidity. Well, thanks for watching. That's all for this video. If you've watched this far, so go ahead and like or dislike at the bottom. Subscribe if you want. Until next time, boos.